Damn.
They said a new song called "Bitch I'm Broke." Nigga, a new song called "Bitch I'm Broke."
Damn, I forgot. Damn, Propane got all the cash apps. That's fucked up. Propane got all the cash apps.
Propane too. I heard that shit. They calling him Propane. They calling him Propane. Yo, the chat ain't shit, but they call him Propane, man.
Anti-Afro Svengalis, let me tell you, I was on the floor when I listened to that live stream. But I also have to tell you something. Listen carefully. You are not allowed to laugh. Laughing is only for demons. Demons and freaks and backstabbers and liars and ingrates, pieces of whole crap, mounds of doo-doo. Those are the subjects who are allowed to laugh. They're allowed to laugh when they initiate threats of violence against you and your family, including minor children. They're allowed to laugh when they make false reports and come onto YouTube and cackle and think it's just a jolly good time. They can laugh when they say they know where you live and they're actually harassing an innocent person. They can laugh all day, every day. They can laugh and lie on you when they say you live in a senior living facility. They can laugh at all of those things. They can laugh while they race attack you and sexually harass you and character hijack you. Then it's all good for them to have the time of their lives. But what they cannot ever even think of tolerating is when you respond with truth about them. I intended to come back and respond or follow up to that whole situation involving Stargate and Propane. When I posted my first video on it, I was not aware of the threats of violence. When Propane called Stargate the B word, I dipped out of the video. It wasn't until I heard another live stream, I just happened to jump on there and listen, it came out that his threats of violence, and I'm going to, the choking and throwing off of a bridge. Oh, people, listen. People laughed at that. Thought it was funny. I don't see anything funny about threatening people's lives. Although KKC loves to say that I somehow am involved in threatening people's lives or his life when he's the one wrapped up in that shit. Let me see your hand, because it's trying to find a way to get these brothers to physically attack me. That was funny. I find that very interesting. He had a mutual dust up with Remix, where he was threatening Remix with violence. But somehow he thinks he is the only person who can be on the receiving end of what he calls a threat. He can go and thumb up and clap and laugh at people threatening to rape and murder me and threatening to murder Rev G. Don't forget, KKC hosted Nikki Poop Walden on his channel where she was threatening homicide, and he didn't say anything at all. He thought it was funny. And just last week, a person came up on a platform threatening violence, and the molasses ass didn't say anything about that either. See, this is a reason why none of these freaks and demons are going to be able to tell me anything. I also want to point out something very significant. It's only a relatively few number of subjects that do this. Yes, there are spectators. There are people looking in, but it is a limited number who engage in this type of activity and really have the expectation that they will get no response, that they will be able to get entertainment value out of it, but it all goes to hell in a handbasket the second their targets decide to speak up. So I'm just letting everybody know out there who's listening, I'm going to keep speaking up. I'm going to keep doing all the things that you don't want me to do. And I know what those things are. I'm doing those things because they're coming to me naturally. It just so happens to be you don't like the response. Well, I don't provide responses based on whether or not you like it. I provide the response because it's the right thing to do. And it helps other people to understand that they don't have to put up with the bullshit that these demons and these freaks and these liars and backstabbers and ingrates think everyone has to put up with. Freaks and demons and louse are the ones who are so attached to this behavior, and they are fanatic about seeing whether or not they can get a rise out of you. Actually, I find it pretty boring in terms of like their effort. It's boring. I don't find it entertaining. I never did. When I first saw the way they were acting, to me, it's just a huge turnoff. But people are looking, people are waiting, they want to see. And just so you know, so there'll be no mystery, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. And it just so happens what I'm doing is extremely undesirable to these demons and freaks. Well, that's their problem. I have a response when I respond to whatever I respond to based on what I think needs to be said and done. It's like everyone else. Where is there an exception that should be imposed upon me? And if someone tries, I'm not going to accept it, because when someone opens up their mouths, they're going to talk from their perspective. They're going to move based on what they think is right or what they feel is right for what they got going on. Here's the easiest way to stay out of trouble. Don't follow anyone over the edge. And that is what Dumpsy cannot seem to get situated. He really banked on me and Rev G and those who support us to follow his sorry ass over the edge. He wanted us to do just what he was doing. Was never going to happen. Who is the one that has ended up with all this discipline on his license? That's Dumpsy. Because he continues to do what he does, and I will continue to do what I'm going to do, which will never be following Dumpsy or anyone else over the edge. Whoever can't get that, it's going to be to your detriment. I'm not following you over the edge with illegal behavior. I have the proof of everything that I'm saying. How did the proof come about? Because this is what people are saying and doing in front of the whole world. I mean, it's ridiculous. Crying and screaming about people digging up. There is nothing to dig up. These subjects did what they did. It's there. It's public. There's no digging needed. Nobody ever thought to even consider. See what I'm saying? Because this is the mindset of Dumpsy. Oh my God, I have got to get this information. He saw no information, not anything even remotely related to what he has going on. So he just made shit up. Made up a whole person, gave the person Mexican race, called her a fat Mexican, used her picture because he was frustrated. He was frustrated that he couldn't find what he wanted to find. So he just made up anything. Go ahead and follow Dumpsy over the edge. Look what has happened to Dumpsy. Stole money from Medicare, has a $133,000 tax lien, has lost multiple contracts. None of that happened with me because I refused to replicate his conduct. It doesn't make any difference. He can say whatever he wants. He can report me all day, every day. Keep reporting me, and I'll keep reporting you. That's a nice arrangement, don't you all think? Well, I'll tell you one thing. I have a lot more coming your way. In the meantime, you know the drill. Buyer beware.